Can you actually afford to live in Minnesota? As of 2025, Minnesota is ranked the 4th best state to live in the US. But is it really affordable for you? By the end of this video, you'll know exactly where your money goes and whether Minnesota fits your lifestyle, your goals, and your wallet. Let's dive right in. Hey friends, it's Liban, your Minnesota real estate guy helping you buy, sell, and invest in the Twin Cities area. Today we're diving into one of the most common questions: what's the cost of living in Minnesota in 2025? We'll be covering housing, groceries, utilities, taxes, transportation, and healthcare. Everything you need to know before you move, buy a home, or just want to compare costs. So hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and let's get into it. Let's start with the biggest piece of the puzzle: housing. In Minnesota, housing costs can vary a lot depending on where you live. In Minneapolis and St. Paul, the median home price is around $375,000 to $425,000. In the suburbs like Maple Grove or Woodbury, you're looking at $400,000 to $500,000 for a newer single-family home. And if you're looking to rent, expect $1,200 to $1,600 for a one-bedroom apartment downtown, and $1,000 to $1,400 in the suburbs. The closer you are to the cities, the more you'll pay. But go 20-30 minutes out, you get more house, more yard, and a quieter vibe. But a little fun fact I came across that was stated by the Minnesota Department of Commerce: it takes about $65,823 a year to cover basic living costs for a family of 3 in the Hennepin County. Of course, that price varies if you're single or a family of 8, but with that being said, budget accordingly. Minnesota's property tax averages about 1.1% of the home value, slightly below the national average. On a $400,000 home, you're looking to pay roughly $4,400 a year in taxes. And homeowners insurance usually runs between $1,000 to $1,500 a year, depending on the home, location, and coverage. Always check local tax rates before buying. Some areas have extra school levies or local fees that can sneak up on you. Grocery costs here are pretty reasonable. Milk is about $3 to $4 a gallon. Same goes for a loaf of bread. $2 to $4 for a dozen of eggs. For a family of 4, expect around $800 to $1,000 a month on groceries. And if you enjoy dining out, expect to pay $10 to $12 per meal on fast food, $15 to $25 a person on casual dining, and nice restaurants expect to pay $50 to $75 a person. But hey, the Minnesota food scene? Fire. You won't have troubles finding a good place to eat here with a bunch of varieties in different cultures. Okay, let's talk about wheels. Expect to pay $3 to $3.50 per gallon for gas. Car insurance ranges around $100 to $150 a month, and public transit passes range around $80 to $120 a month. And a quick warning, winter here is real. Snow tires, all-wheel drive, and a solid snow brush in your car are essential. Trust me, you do not want to go cheap with those items. Speaking of winter, let's dive into how the seasons affect your utilities. Heating ranges from $150 to $300 a month in winter. Electricity ranges around $70 to $120 a month in the summer. Water, trash, sewer is about $50 to $100 a month. Internet can cost you about $50 to $80 a month. Another quick tip: check insulation and windows before you move in. You don't want your paycheck flying out through the walls. Minnesota's healthcare system is top tier. For your employee plans, expect to pay $400 to $600 a month for a family, but if you're paying just for an individual coverage, expect to pay $250 to $400 a month. If you're moving here for work, check your benefits. It can make a huge difference. One thing that Minnesota has a big rep on is taxes. We pay a lot in taxes. Depending on your income, taxes ranges between 5.35% to 9.85%. Sales tax statewide is 6.875%. More in some cities. But one thing people notice when they get here is no tax on clothes, and most grocery items are exempt from sales tax. But you get awesome public schools, parks, lakes, and killer summer seasons. Worth it? You decide. This is where the fun and some sneaky costs come in. Daycare is usually about $1,200 to $1,600 a month per child. Movie tickets ranges around from $12 to $15. That's if you don't go to the $5 movies on Tuesdays or Thursday like me and my family do. State park passes range around $35 a year. And if you're a big sport fan like me, Vikings or Twins games range around $50 to $150 per ticket. But here's the magic: so many free or low-cost things to do. Hike around the lake, hit a local festival, catch live music in the park. It's not all about spending money here. So, is Minnesota affordable? Compared to LA, New York, or Seattle? Heck yeah, 100%. Housing is reasonable, you get space, fresh air, awesome schools, and amazing quality of life. Bottom line, Minnesota offers you huge value for your dollar. That's if you know how to budget smart. If you found this helpful, smash that like button and subscribe for more Minnesota real estate tips, neighborhood tours, and cost breakdowns. Got questions? Drop them in the comments. I answer all of them. Catch you in my next video.